When you're finishing high school, you're mainly given two big options. You either go to university or you go to work. When I found myself in that situation, I decided to go to university. And the truth is, I'm an eternal student. I love studying. I have always wanted to be surrounded by academia, learning. In that period of my life, I decided I really wanted to pursue something that would make me great. I don't know if this is common, but I've always imagined myself doing something extremely creative, but at the same time with a lot of structure, and I've always imagined myself working a lot and trying to be my best version each day. This was in the back of my head already when I was choosing the university. And the problem is, when I was choosing the university, I was in Poland. I wasn't very confident about all the different faculties I saw, but one. I saw English philology, which is the study of English language, the study of language per se, and lots of literature, lots of grammar, lots of practical skills. My internship in a museum, I remember it was such a difficult period, but it was lovely. I recall it being intense, but it really made me happy. And then I decided to go to Italy and find a job. This is a chart of the most requested jobs for the future. And with AI, with the technology and all the cutting edge technology we can see now, so all the advanced technology we can see and we can touch, with all of this surrounding us, it's very easy to find yourself in a position like mine and say, why did I study languages? A lot of people think that learning languages will become obsolete and teaching languages as well. So it will become less and less frequent with time. We'll start to automate the process of translation, interpretation. This is already happening, and a lot of people stop studying languages. In the past, you needed to write an email to your boss in English, or you needed to write with customers, with clients. It was very common to exchange letters. And now you can just go on Gemini, write a good prompt, and you got it. And you needn't take hours and hours of lessons or a course to develop your writing skills, let alone in English. Many of my students use AI to hand in their homework. You can see it. When you're a teacher, you can see it. It's so obvious. There are people who cannot describe their day and their daily routine, but then they start using words such as paramount importance. This is essential in my daytime routine. I wake up at the crack of dawn. These are expressions that I know are not theirs. So yeah, and I get it from one point of view. And if today I were to decide which university I would attend, honestly, I don't know if I would be so eager to study English at university. To be honest, I imagine the figure of the person who can speak languages as a figure that is going to become more and more not a decision we make, but rather a coincidence. So your parents are immigrants, or your parents are from different families, different countries. So you are surrounded by two different languages, and maybe they decided to move to a third country. So now you are surrounded by three languages. So as a result, you know languages. Option number 2, you are working with a company that speaks a language and in your house you speak another, so you have these languages you must know. Or maybe you decide to move, so you're learning a new language to live in that country. So these are all external reasons. But what about internal reasons? Maybe some people will want to continue to learn because it's a hobby of theirs. For example, for me now, it's a big hobby of mine. It's one of my biggest passions. I am studying French. I watch something in Spanish. I love reading articles in English. I love doing the channel. But I imagine a very big chunk of people who work with languages won't really matter. And a lot of people will see languages as, maybe I'm abroad, I need to buy something, I'll take my translator and use that. So we're going to build these barriers, in our communication. And I'm so afraid that this will become normal. And the attempt of saying, hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm afraid that these attempts will become more and more rare for some reason. And don't get me wrong, I have an AI series here on the channel where I try to use AI, and with that I try to improve my working routine, I try to improve the materials I use with my students, I try to be a better learner myself. But I'm afraid that the switch between using AI as a tool to help and as the first material, I'm so scared it's so near us. The aspect of human interaction and not just answering to an algorithm and following algorithms all the time. I'm afraid this could be a moment in which we lose the serendipity behind languages. We lose those wow moments when we are learning a language. We are also losing the ability to use parts of our brain because of that. I'll keep learning languages anyway. I just find them so beautiful and unique. And each time I try to use a language, each time I can figure out what somebody's saying in a different language, I just feel like a superhero. And knowing that I'll be able to communicate with somebody when I'm going to visit a country, when I'm going to maybe move to a different country, when I'm going to interact with a foreign client, with a foreign customer, that's going to be amazing. Maybe I would have chosen a different university, but I would have missed so much of the beautiful experiences I had so far. And it's never too late to study something new. There's a beautiful quote I read some time ago, which is, the limits of my language mean the limits of my world. So I want to expand those limits. I want to increase what I can see and what I can do. I want to improve it. I want those borders to broaden more and more each time. Spero che questo video vi sia piaciuto. Vi ringrazio molto per averlo visto. Zapraszam do subskrypcji do kanału i do oglądania kolejnych filmików. J'espère vous allez bien. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt. Au revoir.